a closer look at the escalating conflict with Iran. Evelyn Hartwell has the details on the latest developments. From Neural Newscast, I'm Evelyn Hartwell. The conflict with Iran has entered its sixth week with a series of high-stakes military and diplomatic developments. President Donald Trump has issued a new ultimatum to Tehran, demanding the immediate reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. In a social media post, the president set a deadline for Monday night, threatening to target Iranian power plants and bridges if the blockade continues. He characterized the potential response as Power Plant Day and Bridge Day, warning that Iranian leadership would be living in hell if they do not comply.
And I'm Frederick Moore. While the rhetoric escalates, we have confirmed details of a major military operation deep inside Iranian territory. U.S. Special Operations Forces and CIA operatives successfully rescued an American airman whose jet was shot down earlier this week. The airman, described by the president as seriously wounded, evaded capture for more than 24 hours in rugged terrain. The Pentagon reports that hundreds of military and intelligence personnel were involved in a deception campaign to mislead Iranian forces during the extraction.
That rescue is being framed as a significant success, Frederick, but the situation on the ground for civilians across the region is deteriorating. Earlier today, Iranian state media reported that at least 13 people were killed in a U.S.-Israeli airstrike on residential buildings in Bakhristan County. This follows a weekend of heavy bombardment in Lebanon, where the health ministry reports that over 1,400 people have been killed since the war began on February 28th.
The strikes are not one-sided. 2 people were killed in the Israeli city of Haifa when a missile struck a residential building, and emergency crews are still searching for the missing. Meanwhile, Iranian-linked militias have expanded their targets to include U.S. diplomats and facilities in Iraq. The State Department confirmed 2 overnight attacks on U.S. interests there, though they have not released specific locations or casualty counts.
We are also seeing a shift in Iran's tactical response toward regional infrastructure. Over the last 24 hours, Iran claimed responsibility for strikes against petrochemical plants and water desalination facilities in Kuwait, the United Arab Emirates, and Bahrain. Kuwait appears to have taken the heaviest blow, with reports of damage to 2 power plants and a water facility. It seems Tehran is making good on its threat to target the energy security of U.S. allies in the Gulf.
This asymmetric warfare is having a profound effect on the global economy, Evelyn. The Strait of Hormuz remains effectively closed, disrupting 20% of the world's oil traffic. While President Trump has threatened to take over Iranian oil fields if a peace deal isn't reached, the Iranian Revolutionary Guard has responded by vowing to destroy regional energy sites. This back and forth has led to forecasts of a rare global economic recession if the war continues much longer.
Diplomatically, there is very little movement toward a ceasefire. Oman has been acting as a mediator, holding talks with Tehran about the strait, while Pakistan and Egypt are trying to maintain a line of communication between Washington and the Iranian leadership. However, there is a significant gap between the two sides. The U.S. is seeking what it calls a precise military victory, while Iran appears prepared for a prolonged period of escalation and economic disruption.
It is a conflict that has already lasted longer than many analysts predicted. At the start of the war in late February, some commentators suggested it would be over within weeks. Now, as we move through April, the lack of a clear exit strategy is becoming the primary concern. The president is scheduled to hold a news conference at the White House at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday to provide further details on the rescue and the pending deadline.
As the deadline approaches, the international community is watching for whether the U.S. will follow through on targeting Iranian civilian infrastructure, a move that legal experts warn could be classified as a war crime. We will continue to monitor the situation in the Strait and the response from Tehran. From Neural Newscast, I'm Evelyn Hartwell.
And I'm Frederick Moore. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.